Hello Sagittarius, welcome back to Path of Enlightenment Tarot. For those of you returning to the channel, welcome back, and for those of you who are new, welcome. I am Nicole. Sag, this video is, you guys are the last ones to get this video. It is going to be for your sun, your moon, and your rising sign. If you feel like it belongs in your Venus placement, you're welcome to view it for that purpose. That's not my intention in these ones, so that's kind of where I'm going to leave that sit. But this is going to be for what your inner child wants you to know at this time. So it's kind of formulated around healing, starting the new year off, making sure like anything residual, we're cleaning it up so we're not carrying it through the new year and through the rest of 2024. So we're just going to see what comes up for you guys. The one thing that I heard Spirit address was no matter how long it takes is what I heard. So we'll see what comes up. The cards have been pretty spot on, you know, crazily spot on for, oh, my frequency just changed in my ears. Holy moly. Ooh, that was like sharp. In regards to the intuitive messages and the cards lining up have been incredibly amazing today. So I don't know, we'll see what that means for you. No matter how long it takes, I guess will be the thing here, right? So Sag, let's dive in and see what it is that your inner child is wanting you to know at this time, what Spirit is wanting you to know. I do feel like with that, and now I'm all congested from my ears buzzing. There's a Spirit is calling it a hesitancy, goodness, to get a new cycle started. And you know, you guys are the 9th zodiac in the wheel, and there is something here around a period of time, I guess you could call it isolation. I don't think it's necessarily isolation as much as it is you learning to accomplish something on your own. Okay? So, boy, these cards are all over the place. All right. As I say that, and unity comes out. Sag, I think this independence, this solitary energy, this 9 is also an ending, or the closest, you know, the closeness of that ending. My ear is driving me insane right now. Oh my goodness. I feel like this could be codependent. That you feel like you need to belong to something, but there's certain parts of yourself that you cannot heal or address attached to something or someone else. And your perspective is, well, it's like a perspective of there's always tomorrow. There's not always going to be a tomorrow. So I'm going to say, like, we'll use this as an example since we're only, 11 days into the new year. You know, making New Year's resolutions and going, well, January 1st, meanwhile, it's December 27th. What if you don't see January 1st? Then, well, maybe next month, or maybe next week, or maybe tomorrow. And not ever really getting to that tomorrow because it continues to be put off. It's like, don't put off today, or don't put off till tomorrow what could be done today. And it's funny that I say that. Two things here, as I always pay attention to what I'm doing and what I've got going on before I sit down to do these readings too, because it's typically indicative as to what's happening here in the reading. It kind of sets the tone. I was going to do this tomorrow. As I say that, I was going to do this tomorrow, and I was like, no, you know what, I'm just going to sit down and get Sagittarius done so I can focus on other things tomorrow. Let's be done, right? Let's get you guys your reading and move on to the next thing. And then this ear thing, it's constantly nagging at me since I started this video. Like, it feels like it's full, like there's fluid buildup, and then it like clears out, like if you're going up and down a mountain. So it clogs up, and then I hear the echo, and then I suck in my nose or whatever, and then it clears up again. Whatever this is has been nagging and plaguing you for a long time. And you can hang on to the rest of the world. You can hang on to all these various things around you. This is not going to go away on its own. You're going to have to see that there is a new way of life for you that wants you to join it. It wants you to partner with it rather than partnering in a sense of codependency to alleviate whatever it is that you're feeling or whatever it is that you're not addressing. Okay? And it's like, this could be absolutely anything. And what I'm catching here with this energy is Mars, that you're fighting this change. You're fighting the knowing that is going on within. It's like stabbing yourself in the back. No one else needs to do it to you. You're doing it to yourself at this point. And I'm going to say this too, Sag, that I think I said this in Libra's reading, because I knew Libra's reading was going to be hell on wheels, and it was. I don't give these messages to you to beat up on you or make you feel worse or make you feel any kind of way. I do this to bring awareness to the things that really 9 out of 10 of you already know. You already have this knowing within you that says this is what you need to put your focus on. And these messages are, call it validation, vindication, extra support to what it is that you are either already aware of, and this breaks down and gives you additional detail, or it's supportive to what you already know. So there is this knowing that you're fighting this with mass resistance, and it's just like, make me try and make me see it differently, make me do it differently. And I feel like for some of you, you are expecting someone else to do it for you, or someone else to push you, or someone else to kind of like, it's like, I get the feeling of like looking at this guy here on the Sag card, kind of like wanting to poke him in the chest and go, are you going to do it? You going to do it? You going to do it? It's like you need somebody to harp or stay on you and constantly remind you that this is the thing that you know you need to work on. It's not anybody else's position to do that. It's that solitary energy, Sag, that this is something you have to do for yourself. Nobody else can do this for you. Nobody else was meant here to be here to do that for you. Are there lessons? Yes, but the work that it requires, the effort that it takes, is something that you have to step into. So, just a little bit of additional awareness. Balance. Spirit instantly said, struggling for balance. And I seen this ready but waiting for Aries. I just did Aries. It came out on the bottom, and here it is again. I said, it's like I'm putting it off till tomorrow, or the next day, or the next first of the month, or the next week, or the next Monday. You're more prepared for this change than you think you are. And it's like you're waiting for the right moment, the right time, the right whatever. Sag, there is no moment like now. There is no moment other than this moment that you have to say, I'm going to do this, and then take action upon it. It's like like I can say it for myself, like with my kiddo. I was 27 when I got pregnant with her, and I thought to myself when it happened, I was like, oh yes, this is wonderful. And then I was like, oh God, now what am I going to do? Like, I'm not ready for this. Oh my gosh. But then there's people that are, 18, 19 years old having kids, their first child. And here I am at almost 28, at 28 having my first one and having a panic attack going, I'm not ready. Well, you just do it, right? We're never fully prepared for anything in life. That's a pretty big example, right? But we're never really ready, but we have to start somewhere. And for you, it's like you're waiting for the perfect time for someone to come in and hold your hand to make this change. You're a big girl, you're a big boy. They pull up your pants and get to work. Get to business. And, you know, it's requiring you to really dig deep here, Sagittarius, and go, I know I'm capable of these things, but it's like, what is it? What is the holdback? And I'm going to tell you, it feels emotional to me. There's a holdback emotionally that I don't know if I want to prepare myself. I don't know if I want to really try this. You know, what if it changed your entire world for the better? What if it opened you up to new horizons? What if it gave you the freedom to do so much more than you already are doing? I mean, it's to embrace it and transform it, and somebody else can't transform this for you. They can't. You're an adult. It's your responsibility. Okay? All right, let's see. What else for Sag? What else is Leo, Kingdom, Omega, Limitless. Take power and control of your own life. That card also came out for Aries. 7. You're defensive. You could potentially, there could be some in and out energy. You could also be pushing other people away by a set perspective. Going, this is the only way that I know, so this is the only way I perceive this to be able to work out, so this is the only way we can do this. Part of that solitary energy, and I feel like that's Spirit's way, like, because you're being a hardhead, and I love you guys, right? Like, I've got a lot of Sages in my life, that it's like, that's their way of showing you it's not going to work that way. And if you're going to do this, you have to do certain, I'm not saying you're going to be in isolation forever, but there's certain parts of this you have to be brave enough to do alone. And you can, but you have to want it. 12:12 on the clock. Like, there's no, if you would just do this, there would be no stopping you. Whatever this is for you, there would be no stopping you in where you're heading. Or where you're headed. Right now, you're your own worst enemy. Gratitude. Capricorn energy. Number 10. I feel like, Sag, you're constantly fishtailing. It's like, I think about a car, right? They hit the gas and they fishtail, right? They're doing it hard and fast, and you may start off something too in that manner, but it doesn't stay alive. There's something at 13 it dies. There's something about that, it doesn't stay alive. Capricorn devil energy too. And what Spirit's asking you, or asking of you, is to not expect miracles overnight. I'm going to use the example of, I don't know, weight loss. I don't know why. Weight loss. And, you know, you go, okay, Monday comes, I'm going to eat right, I'm going to exercise. Monday comes, you do it. Tuesday comes, you back it up. Wednesday comes, fantastic. Thursday comes, and you slip off the wagon. And then you're like, well, I ain't seen a pound drop in 3 days anyhow, so does it even matter? How about just going, look at it from the perspective, if that's you, which it's going to be different for all of you. P.S. Patience is underneath the deck. Miracles are not going to happen overnight. Rome was not built in a day. Things are not going to happen in 2.2 seconds. How about going, okay, body, mind, gut, heart, lungs, whatever. Thank you for supporting me, carrying me through the day, pumping oxygen through my body, letting my heart beat so that I can live. You know, it's not just about what you can physically see, but about what it does for you, that it's cleansing the body one way or another. And if you've ingested shit for 15 years, it's not going to clean up overnight. It took you 15 years to get there. It's going to take you some time to get out of it. And P.S., if you're detoxing, dieting, all of those other things, you will start to feel sick at some point because your body's going through withdrawal from all the crap. I mean, even like pop, coffee, caffeine, right? Like our bodies go through a withdrawal period from that. So as this transformation happens, as this ending and new beginning occurs, you're probably going to feel worse before you feel better. But you're going to have to get through it. The strength, the willpower to push through and persevere, and being patient with yourself. But instead you're going back into like, hibernation mode. I'm going to go back in and do it the same old way. There's a consequence to that. What side of the consequences do you want to be on, Sagittarius? The beneficial ones, or the ones that take you right back to where you started from? It's right back to square one. Alright. For Sag, please, Spirit. What else is there? Inner child. Freedom. What I tell you, it'll free you up. Did I not? There it is. I'm going to tell you, who was that I did earlier? Is it Gemini or Leo? No, maybe Gemini or Aquarius. I don't remember now. Dynamism. Bright star, right? Yep. Sag, you have self-trust underneath that and a claim. And there you are, a claim. It's your right to acclaim the life that you desire to have, right? Lay claim to that, sucker. The eagle, he has no fear. He's the bird, right? He is the shit. And he stands for freedom, and he stands for our liberties, and he stands for our rights. And as I say that, you know, there's the freedom. There's the freedom in which he stands for. But you're constraining yourself to a certain way of being that is ultimately locking your heels down and saying, nope, sorry, I'm just gonna wait till next week, next month, next year. It's not a good place to be in, Sag. I'm gonna be honest with you. Changes to your foundational energy, Sagittarius. I'm trying to find the best way to put this to you guys, because I feel a little bad delivering this message in a sense, but I also know that this is coming up for a reason. There could also be a little bit of energy of, like I said, back and forth, tit for tat, a little bit here too. King of Pentacles, the Judgment card. Sag, I feel like you're making up your mind about certain things and you're staying pretty steadfast in it. I think that some of those things are probably really good things to do, especially in relation to finances, right? If you're making good, smart moves, saving, things like that, that's a good thing. I just heard I'm not going to go without. Well, you shouldn't. Flip that, though, to the other side, and it's that attitude doesn't work in all areas of life, especially if you're dealing with other people. Okay. You could also have somebody, Sag, who's waiting for you to get your shit together. Excuse me. And they're ready. It's ready but waiting. They're ready for this peace in their life, and it could possibly be that, you know, they want this with you, but they too are feeling stuck and frozen because they're trying to accomplish something on their own as well. So I hear, what about me? Like, where do I fit? And I kind of feel like that's the attitude that both of you have, is what about me? you know, it's like, what about your way, and what about my way, and what about the compromise in between? How do we bridge that gap? How do we get there? How do we unite this from your space and my space to this space? Leo energy, again, the Strength card. I feel like the two sides to this, one side is, I don't want to call it being passive, but approaching the situation in a much more caring arena, for lack of better words, where they're trying to come in softly, kindly, loving, maybe not even knowing what to do exactly. And then there's another side of this that's just like, I'm the boss, I'm the king, I rule the castle. So there's a big difference in opinions and a big difference in viewpoints for you and somebody else here, Sag. But I also feel like there are moments, part of that is also the self-care aspect of being kinder to yourself, being patient with yourself, understanding that everything is a work in progress. And then there's the other days where you're like ribbling, like, who cares? It's just another day, blah, 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 blah. And you forget why you started taking care of you to begin with. Okay, so a lot of thinking about, all right, guys, give me just 1 second here. Okay, Sag, sorry about that. All right, anyhow, so, all right, there's I'm going to call it, it's almost like you're pretending to be happy. You're pretending that everything is fine, pretending that everything is just peachy keen and wonderful, and dreaming about the way that it could be. And I also will say there's a very strong energy attached to you that says the potential possibilities of what this could look like, but still not on the same page, okay? I'm just going to be straight with you, Sag. There's no other way to describe it. So this gratitude, Spirit, for their inner child, I swear to God, I'm pretty sure this is the Six of Pentacles. No, it's the Six of Swords. Ooh, my bad. Okay, I thought I seen the Six of Pentacles. I was like, oh boy, here we go again. Six of Swords coming out in the sideways position at a quarter out. I feel like with this Five of Swords underneath, Sag, you're making things contingent upon whether another person or not is going to be a part of your world. Three of Cups. It's like you've got 1 foot in and 1 foot out. And with this gratitude, it's like, how do I explain this? What else, Spirit? With this gratitude, whatever this is, you have great love for it. It probably does make you feel good. It makes you feel really amazing. But I also feel like you're not talking about it. That moon is hidden feelings. That moon is hidden emotions. And you're coming in with swords, 1 foot in, 1 foot out, and the star that is like, well, I would like to. That would be the ultimate wish fulfillment. Maybe they could heal me. Maybe they could make me feel better. Maybe this would make things balanced. Again, you can't find that in something else or someone else. It's within you. And I think that you're very appreciative in a lot of ways of this situation and or person. But it's, I said, falling short. It is. There's something not living up to what you thought it was going to be. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm so sorry. Okay, Sag. This is why I was going to wait until tomorrow, but here we are. It's the end of the day. Everybody's coming and going. It's one of those things. Try not to be disrupted. And then there goes that. But it's hiding and withholding the emotions. It's like it's not, and it's, I said about that Six of Pentacles, I thought that's what that was, but it ended up being the Six of Swords. This is, if you're going to have a fair and equal exchange in something, both sides have to be ready to address the things that are within them individually that shows the lack or leaves you feeling like you're being breadcrumbed or left without. Spirit just said there needs to be stronger boundaries in a particular situation. And I think too that in certain ways boundaries are being implemented and then either they're being disregarded or they're just getting forgotten about. Okay, so something to bring into your awareness there, Sag. What's the energy, Spirit, for what their inner child needs to know with this balance? What is this balance about, please? The Wheel of Fortune. Sag, there's just such this energy within you that it's like, again, you know, and I don't even know how else to put this to you, to be honest with you, because it's like there's all these positive connotations, the star, the strength, I'm ready, but I'm going to wait. I've got gratitude, I've got love, freedom is on the other side of this. If we bring it all together, you got the wheel, positive turn of events, right? The wheel is spinning in your favor, but then you've got the Eight of Swords. It's like, do I take the risk? Do I take the gamble? Sag, the only person stopping you, whether this is work on yourself, which I fully believe this is part of it, and I think there's something pertaining to this other person that is showing you things, sometimes in small ways and sometimes in big ways, but I also think that they are holding space for themselves and then trying to see what you're gonna do. Because it's like, you know, if this person is close to you and you're sharing your thoughts or what you're doing, and you're saying, I'm gonna do this, and then they see you start strong, and then they see your ambition just take a freaking nosedive, or you just don't care the next day, that's making them take a look at the situation too and going, you know, they're seeing that pattern, they're seeing that cycle with you, and that's creating an imbalance, and then you may be relying on them for this strength to continue on with whatever it is for yourself. You've got the Eight of Swords and the Eight of Cups. I feel like this person equally is 1 foot in and 1 foot out, because they're not seeing resolve on your side. They're seeing you get down on yourself, and I think the reality here for them is that they can stay stuck to this, hoping on a wish, prayer, and hope on a gamble with this Wheel of Fortune. You know, they're playing their poker chips, that it could be stable, but then there's still something underneath the surface that goes, you know better. And so that just could even be you that says, I know better. It's just not jiving. Somebody, I'm going to say both sides of this wants to obtain freedom. And funny enough, I don't think that the freedom is to be away from one another, but it's the freedom to free them, each of you up individually, from the constraints of the past. So I hope that's making sense. It's kind of like running and chasing dreams and never seeing them come to fruition because you're not willing to finish the work you start. Okay? Tough message, Sag. All right, what is this freedom about for Sagittarius, please? If I could clear up this congestion, my ear would quit. All right, what is this freedom for Sagittarius? What does their inner child want them to know? I'm pretty sure that card was the Death card. I just heard breaking the chains that bind. Bingo. The death and the rebirth. And the devil in the reverse. Oh, Sagittarius, Sagittarius, Sagittarius. Somebody here, without a doubt, you could be dealing with a Scorpio, an Aquarius, Capricorn, Leo, Aquarius, Taurus, Scorpio again. Somebody's done. Somebody's going to break this cycle one way or another. Or you could be dealing with a Gemini. Somebody else could have options, Sag. And I'm going to say it does pertain to the heart space. But I don't know. When I say options, I don't feel like there's necessarily somebody else as much as it is the idea of somebody else who can fulfill their emotional needs. It's not that there is another person. It's the idea that maybe they're deserving of more, someone that's going to meet them where they are. Because they're not, and you should never force someone to change, right? Like, we don't want anybody to change to suit our needs. That's not healthy either. But I feel like it's not so much them forcing you to change as it is you both see the changes within, whether it's you or them or both of you, that needs to take place. And then if this is you or if this is the cross watcher, place this where it fits. It's not the change that has been identified that needs to occur is just not happening. There's excuses, there's roadblocks, there's complaints, there's reasons, there's all of these things that stop it from propelling forward. I would like to say rejection is God's protection in this case, but in the same breath, this feels bittersweet because I do believe there is a lot of love here. But sometimes love, we're going to pull some Bonnie Raitt. Sometimes love is not enough. That's what this is. It's not enough. Somebody's tired of being tied down to something that doesn't reach star status of what a relationship or a partnership or a business ship or whatever ship you're sailing on could be. You could work with somebody too, Sag. Like, oh yeah, I'll take care of that. I got you. And, maybe they start that project and then they just never finish it. Maybe you're the one starts a project and never finishes it. There's no follow through on something here. Okay? So, let's see. What is the overall message here in regards to the inner child for Sagittarius spirit? What is the overall message for the inner child for Sagittarius? Sagittarius. Got the World card, the Empress, the Two of Swords. The Sun, the Six of Cups, the Five of Wands, the Ten of Swords. It's kind of like I'm going to say it. Like, I'm just going to say it. I've said it, and I think in every freaking reading just about, but it's Pluto and Aquarius. It is what it is. You can't make it up. Like, it is what it is. I don't think there's any other way to put it. there's an illumination that a strict way of being that is serious in how you've been raised, and I'm not knocking your family by any means, but it's like you're born, you grow, you work, you die. That's how this feels to me. And someone has shown you what it is to live. Someone has either done things and lived life on life's terms and their terms combined in a state of flow somehow, and they've taken you out into the world and they've shown you, or you could just be sitting back and watching this example take place from somebody around you, and you're realizing that there's supposed to be a life lived in between living or being born and dying. And this is causing internal conflict within you. It's like setting fire to your feet and going, are you going to move? And I don't think they ever intentionally meant to do this. It's just them being who they truly are at heart and who they're evolving to be. And that's causing some competition and conflict in the partnership itself. It's causing competition and conflict within you. And it's like, you don't see any other way but them leaving, or you don't see it any other way than you having to walk away. And I don't think you're real comfortable with the fact that there's a possibility, Sag, that your beliefs, I feel like the words right and wrong come up. Not that there is a right or a wrong, because there's not. But that you're starting to question if you ever had it right to begin with. And 5-year marker Spirit's giving me. Something could have happened around that time that caused some pain, some betrayal, even 5 months ago, Spirit is saying. That hit you pretty hard. Felt like betrayal or backstabbing somehow. Or Spirit just said 5 weeks ago. So 5 weeks, 5 months, 5 years. Who knows? I'm going to throw 5 days in there too. That made you feel like as much love as you have, there's no turning back too. So it's challenging what the right and the wrong decision is for you, or what's right or wrong for your beliefs, as opposed to what it is you used to know. It's a rough message. But it's the fact too that something here is not being followed through on. You know, so, all right. Advice for Sagittarius, please, Spirit. Advice for Sagittarius. I'm tired. Clock, needing time, cycles, and takes time to heal and progressing. Not today. Card of procrastination right there, what I say. Not today, boundaries and hurt, avoiding conversation, not dealing, still upset. You don't want to have to deal with whatever this is. You don't want to have to complete whatever this is. Whether it's the relationship itself or the things within you, and I'm going to say, Sag, it's both. Again, if you're working towards something for yourself, I don't feel like doing it today. If it's projects, you just don't feel like doing it today. If it's work, you don't feel like doing it today. If it's a person, you don't, I wanted to say her for some reason. If it's her, you don't want to do it today. If it's anything, you don't want to do it today. I've got time. And I said that earlier, right? Time, there's a clock. Eventually, Sag, I think the important thing is that you know you're not always going to have that time. And I said it, and I think, was it Aries? No, Libra maybe. Excuse me. I said about the time from the January 9th reading, the daily read. If you didn't watch it, go back and check that out. But I think I titled it Time's Up. this would be a prime example of that reading. Timing is fluid too. Remember that with these readings. All right, Spirit. Advice for Sagittarius. Seduction and mirror. Again, I think there's a very strong attraction. There's a very strong love between the two of you, whatever this is. I'm going to move that over. You know, this could be someone that you've hooked up with. This could be somebody that you dated. This could be someone that you're sexually drawn to. Third party and temptation. I think that the temptation, this isn't necessarily third party in the sense of, like I said, I don't feel like it's a person, a specific person, as much as it is the idea that maybe it's not meant for the two of you, or not meant for this particular situation, that maybe someone will listen to what I've got to say and will value my opinion. Coffee cup. Meeting and talking, savoring the moment, feeling elevated, building friendship. I think that there is a genuine connection, and this could just be like a companion, soulmate kind of thing. Hold on a second, guys. Good grief. A soulmate thing that's been brought in to help heal your heart, you know. And I think for some of you too, it's about the trust. You've got competition, an enemy, the other woman, other man, it doesn't matter. And look over your shoulder. I don't think you trust much of anything. And then mirroring each other, self-reflection, introspection, inner wounds, and that's what I said. Like, you both have things to work on. And I think that when it comes to whatever it is, Spirit is saying age 6, 7 for the both of you, or 6, 7, and 8, and 9. So you both had similar wounding happen to you, so you can relate to one another. I would be cautious too, depending, right? Let's not say that this is absolutely what it is, but depending, this could be some kind of trauma bond as well. If you guys aren't pushing each other to be better. And I think that equally, it's not so much about the other person. You both want to be better, period. But somebody or both of you in some way, I don't think both of you are doing this, Sag. I think that it's primarily you. I'm going to be straight with you. You're not living up to certain things. And they see that. And it's like, if you can't love yourself enough, Sag, to take care of you, how are you going to love me? Okay? So that's what I'm getting from that. Watching. Somebody could be keeping an eye on this person, or looking, wondering what they're doing, who they're with. Again, there's a lack of trust there in this coffin. New beginnings, liberation, reborn, transition, and tragic endings kind of came out in a wonky kind of way, which tells me you're both in limbo about where this goes and what happens. Because it's kind of like, I don't want to let go, but I know I can't always hold on. Healthy choices and love call. Messages of love, thinking of you, informing you. I do think there is going to be another go around, Sag, for at least a conversation around what both of you need. And I feel like this is going to send you back to a point where you may feel familiar resentments and triggers, turmoil inside as a result of this, but also know that sometimes the things that people say, they trigger us because we need to do that healing work ourselves. And I think that's what's happening here. Karmic relationship. Again, there's definitely soulmate energy here. There's no doubt about it. It's just, what do you do with it? I don't feel like, I'm going to say, I don't think you guys are on even playing field. And I think you both have healing work to do. Okay? So, one more card, Sag, and we're going to wrap this up. I hope this helped you guys or gave you insight. It's a tough message to deliver, but, you know, it's like self-accountability, right? Like, we all have to take the understanding in of what we've dealt with and find a way to resolve that and then just do it differently, right? Do it in a way that's new. All right, advice for Sagittarius, please, Spirit. What is the advice for Sag? I'm going to take this top card even though it fell out the way it did. There's a bunch of them. Did I talk about the masculine and feminine energies? I can't remember. I think I did, didn't I? Or was that Aries? I can't remember, Sag. Power of the divine masculine. I think I seen this for you in mid-November, didn't I? There it is again. This hasn't stopped yet, whatever this is. And you know, most of these cards you'll see in these oracle decks, a lot of the times they have feminine energies on them. Holy shit. Okay, hold on a minute. I can't ignore. I was like, there's too many cards here. I'm not diving into all of these, but I'm gonna have to. I said they could be teaching you a lot about you, right? Wisdom of the divine feminine, family of light. They want to unify that unity, and that strength card back there. They want to unify every direction. And when I say every direction, it is as above, so below. Earth, water, air, wind, fire. They've gained, and there's that 9, that independent energy that you're kind of dueling with yourself. They have gained so much about them that I'm going to say, Sag, like masculine or feminine, it doesn't matter. Whoever's standing in their divine feminine energy, you could not sit back and not watch their growth and just be in awe. The way they have grown, matured, blossomed, the way other people look up to them and respect them, they are divine. They are truly divine in this family of life. They bring things together. I said they could be like in this flow or something. I think I said something like that earlier. That's exactly. It's like they've got their head in the clouds in the sense that they're connected with the spiritual realm, and then very earthbound and says, here I am, like in this 3D experience. They're just, they're beautiful. You could see the glow around both of those cards. They're absolutely gorgeous. Then, separate of that, you got the 4th ray of harmony, which says whether or not this person sticks around, this is breaking you wide open one way or another. And then, again, congested, I'm so sorry. Power of the divine masculine. You are being forced to alchemize the mind, the body, and the spirit if you've never done it. You are being pushed into a complete restructure of every single cellular belief in the body. And our beliefs don't just come out by what we say. It's how we act, what we portray, the way we move, the way we take care of ourselves. All of those things. All of it. And I'm telling you, like, one way or another, this person, this situation has sent you into this, and you can avoid and ignore what you know to be your truth, of the things that you need to work on. But even if they walk away and they leave, I talked about that solitary energy. You're going to go it alone, regardless. You're either going to have them there to be supportive and not do it for you, but to support you in it, or you're going to be your own soul support and you're still going to have to do it on your own. I don't think that the divine is going to leave you any choice eventually. And I was going to say September, but 6 and 10 are also here. So I would say by June to September, or June to October, I'm sorry, you're going to be forced into this, and you may start seeing bits and pieces of that by March of this year. So as I say, get on board. Like, don't fight it. So, I don't know, Sag. It's up to you. Alright, guys. I'm leaving it there. share, like, subscribe, comment. I appreciate each and every single one of you. I hope you guys are doing well. Thank you for your love and support, and I will see you guys soon. Take care.